Thank you, Father, Mother, God. We're being aligned by the light, with the light, as the light, highest powers of love here on earth, as it is in heaven, through us now. Relaxing at the new place of peace and power. Let me be an instrument of thy peace, thy power, wisdom, love, truth, light. Let us be fine-tuned as those instruments of divine plan and purpose, that we might function effectively, efficiently, powerfully, gloriously, and ecstatically here on earth as is in heaven, through us now. Glad we're here. In oneness with the breath, the love of all life. Aloha.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Body and Soul Expo. I am your host, Bruce Starr, and along with my wife, Lauren, the founders and producers of the event. Hey, on Saturday, May 9th and Sunday, May 10th, we will be hosting a 2-day health and well-being expo with some of the most knowledgeable and experienced practitioners our world has to offer. They come from near and far: Oregon, Washington, D.C., Maryland, California are just some of the places they will be flying in from. And on Friday evening, May 8th, you don't want to miss a world premiere of a secret follow-up movie called Your Money Vibes, with many of the same cast members in that film in this one. We have been honored by the producers to be one of just 3 places internationally to hold this premiere, with 2 other places being Los Angeles and Australia. The executive producer of the film, Jackie Woodside, will be flying down here to be with us, and a few of the cast of the film will be appearing virtually. Please follow us on Facebook to get all the latest updates on that evening and the expo. And of course, check out our bodyandsoulexpo.org website. I love these conversations that we have with the keynote speakers, especially because they give you and I a chance to meet the heart and the soul beyond the Body and Soul Expo movement. Today, we're joined by Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. You're going to learn all about the EES, Enhanced Energy System. I can't wait for her to share more about it, more about her life. Quite an amazing lady. Dr. Sandra, welcome to the Body and Soul podcast. It's great to have you.
Well, thank you, Bruce, and your beautiful wife, Lauren, for inviting me and having me on. I know you're great friends with Daniel Brinkley as well. And we met in Boca at the Energy Enhancement System in Boca Raton, Florida. And you invited me to come speak. So here we are.
Yeah, so much to talk about. I don't usually have a lot of territory to talk about with a lot of people, but what you're doing is just unbelievable. And yes, we did meet you down in Boca because you and Daniel were traveling the country talking about the EES. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. I like people to get to know more about the person behind the amazingness of what they do and how they're doing it. So tell us about you and how you got to where you are today, in less than an hour.
It's been a life, I'll tell you. Yeah, my parents were both top secret government scientists and met in engineering physics.
Wow.
Yeah, at Ohio State University. My mother was part of the extension of the Manhattan Project.
Oh, didn't know that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so she was actually, and their life has just recently, a lot of this information is just very recently declassified. So I've been able to really, get more of the actual information very, very recently because of the declassification, because my mother was, my parents met in engineering physics. And where did 2 nerds go for their honeymoon from Ohio, right? In the early 50s. Niagara Falls.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I've grown up with, is doing all of Tesla's experiments. My mother was fissioning plutonium in the labs the whole time she was pregnant with me, working on the bomb. And yeah, I remember it actually. And my dad, aerospace, electrical, mechanical, structural engineering, worked on thermodynamics and Mach 3, and recently declassified all his advanced work in thermodynamics, which I did all the experiments for, but Mach 3. And everything was about Tesla's work, all the scalar components of phase conjugation, and all the physics, all the science. That's what I grew up with. And I thought everybody's favorite toys were Geiger counters and gyroscopes. And growing on the farm, I mean, my dad's working on stealth bombers and Mach 3. My mom's worked on the bomb, and they got me. I came in going, how do we heal all of this?
Wow.
And by the time I could talk, I'm talking about literally, I came in with the memories. And so it's crazy because I'm talking, from the time I could talk, I'm talking about the mad Atlantean scientists and the abuse of power on
Oh
Atlantis,
my God.
and how this is the most parallel time to what we had in Atlantis with the abuse of power. It's the most parallel time to where we are right now. And so we want to have a cataclysm of consciousness this time rather than cataclysming the planet. I didn't like that idea. And it's funny, God plays these amazing games. I mean, it's a game of God, right, so to speak. But I came in still pissed about those mad Atlantean scientists. Guess what I got as parents? Mostly
Unbelievable.
stuck on mad half the time, but that genius and insanity thing, I understand it, intimately. but I also understand all the top secret science that's not been taught at all. And I came in going, how do we heal the world? And growing up on the farm, and I could see everything as this combination of engineering, electrical, mechanical, structural engineering, and physics, and see the body as a circuitry, and hold my hands up. I'm really a hands-on healer. Hold the hands up and see how the energy fields go through the body, and understanding the body as consciousness, as a condensation of consciousness, and that we are really bodies and beings of light, of course, and the DNA is our God code.
Unbelievable. And you're connecting with people on a very deep level, like Danny and Brinkley. Tell me about how that has been going, because,
Yeah,
I see you guys sharing stages. As a matter of fact, we're going to have you guys up on a panel at our expo, and we'll probably add
yeah.
someone else. Your energies, you both want basically the same things, coming from probably completely different directions. But
Completely different size, because he was the Marine, the mercenary. He had a PhD in killing until he
right,
was dead for 28
right,
minutes,
right,
and
right.
came back saved by the light with all the prophecy. And the technology I developed was part of his final vision. So that's part of it. But we originally met, 11/11, 1991 at the pyramids. I had a big, big, big group of following, huge following, big group for 11/11 in 1991 at the pyramids, and he had his group there, and that's where we met with Visions Travel, actually. Which so we've been living the vision, living the mission, living the dream. But since 1991, he's been. We would see each other constantly, because I've been out teaching holistic health more than 45 years. So it's my life, and it's his life. But we were coming from very different angles on it. Yeah, but he's also brilliant. He studied the psychotronics. He went to Russia. He was, he was, you know, DIA, Defense Intelligence Agent, right? You know that. But anyway, so he did go to Russia and studied scalar and torsion fields and understanding all that. And we both lectured at U.S. Psychotronics, psychotronics, because we do have that blending of understanding of all that secret science and Tesla's real work, what Tesla was really about and what Tesla really. So, and I took all the healing energy and put that into a technology for healing, generating bioactive fields that the body relates to. So that's part of the final vision that he got. If people want to go read Saved by the Light or watch his videos. And so now we've waited a long time for this time to get that mission, that vision done. Part of that being with the largest healthcare organization on the planet is the VA, the Veterans Association. So, and that's where we need the most healing, obviously. Of course, my dad was originally Air Force too, and until he got put into all the engineering side of it, and was, like I said, he worked on the Valkyrie, what's now the Valkyrie, and that was my dad's work. So it's very interesting where we're at in this timing of me coming from a high level of military intelligence and Danion's military intelligence. And I came in with my memories of the past lives versus Danion had to be dead to get his. What can we say?
Absolutely. So explain a little bit about what the EES is. I've experienced it myself, and I have to say I was only there for an hour here, an hour there, and I know that people are going to the centers where Danny and Margaret and Marcel and our good friend
Rosie Neal
out in Cape Coral.
She'll be joining us from Cape Coral. Rosie Neal.
Yes.
She'll be joining us, and Jim Trider will be joining us at your Body and Soul Expo. I'm excited. I can't wait. It'll be like a spiritual family reunion.
I call it a Woodstock lovin'. It's kind of going to be like that, especially after the hours when we're done talking and speaking and vending. We have such a great time afterwards, really getting to know each other.
That is the best, but people getting to come together, we have to be the greater community, because when we stand together, when we stand in our power, our light, our love, really our bodies, our spinal columns are meant to be these standing columnar waves. Then we're like pillars in the temple of God. And when we stand together, God wins. And that's the importance of the community unified fields coming together, unifying our fields, because we have to be the greater community now. Everything's up for exposure and disclosure. People are waking up. The Great Awakening will not be stopped. We've waited a long, long time for this time on the planet. And our technology is about that accelerated evolution. And it's extraordinarily bioactive fields that allow the body to heal itself. The power that made the body heals the body. It's like, how do you plug the body back into the cosmic light socket where you have all the energy that the body understands and relates to be able to heal anything and everything, because the body really wants to function perfectly. We're sons and daughters of God. And it's about activating that light within us, the light at the core of our DNA. We are bodies and beings of light. And then as we radiate that light, nothing that's not of the light can affect us. When the body has a charge, it wants to discharge everything that ever created disharmony, dis-ease. It wants to heal and function perfectly. But it's really about like the second coming of Christ. We are the Christed beings. We are that Christ light. And it's time to show up and share, because the only thing beyond our love is more fully shared love, which is why you're doing a Body and Soul Expo, right?
It's exactly why, because we realized there was never an event like this before in North Palm Beach County. And North Palm Beach County is a huge area. It's any place from Lake Worth, West Palm, and as we
Yeah.
go a little further north, you have Riviera Beach and Lake Park, and finally to Palm Beach Gardens, where we live, where the hotel is. And then you have
Yeah.
Jupiter and Hope Sound
It's
and
a beautiful area. And you can
Tequesta.
fly into Palm Beach Airport is easy too. That
Oh, it's
Palm
the
Beach
best. They're
Airport's
easy to
great.
fly into.
Love
And
it.
we have such a magical area. And there was never an event before to bring everybody together. You know,
Yeah,
there's
and
a,
people should be flying in from everywhere, but we do have like Dr. I was talking about my friend, Dr. Rosemary Machado, who's coming. She has the Energy Enhancement System Center in the Villages.
wow.
And so, and she was a top secret government, NASA engineer for more than 20 years. So she really understands our technology, but she really understands my parents' background as well, because I mean, she's been there and lived it. And I've done so much work with so many of the NASA scientists over the years. So she's coming from the Villages. We've got Daniel coming from South Carolina. I'm coming from, well, where am I coming from? I'm really from Hawaii. I'm really a kahuna. So we'll be coming with our aloha from the ninth island of Las Vegas, which is where we have that's our business base. You know, it's where we're based. But we're very, very blessed to be able to come together and share with people and really be able to share deeply, because this is, we're down the rabbit hole. We're really down the rabbit hole now. And the Great Awakening will not be stopped. Everything is up for exposure, disclosure, but everybody's, we talk about being beyond the med bed technology. Our technology, I'm very, very blessed because I love miracles. That's why I do what I do. We love miracles. So we've seen anything and everything heal. I was just on with, actually, he's a famous actor, Oba Babatunde. Isn't that a great name, Oba
Yes,
Babatunde?
it sure is.
He has a center now. I met him like 15 years ago with Dr. Sharon Winters, who's another good friend. She was the original cat girl. And yes, Dr. Sharon Winters, she's now the vice president of the California Naturopathic Association and stuff. So I met with her like 15 years ago. He now has his own center, but he researches and studies, and he did my 3.5 hour course, and and he now has his own center, and we're doing a podcast. He's done a podcast on Monday with us, but he called me up yesterday, all excited. He had somebody that had been totally deaf, and could hear again. He had somebody else that had no taste or smell, got taste and smell back. Somebody else, this was all just yesterday, was talking about how they now
Wow.
have ankles instead of cankles. Vision
Wow.
improvement, we hear all the time. Literally, people don't need their glasses anymore. Rosie Neal, your friend Rosie, she has a laundry list of including breast tumors and everything else, where the body is totally, I mean, she's rebuilt, repaired, regenerated herself in unbelievable ways using our technology, because it's like, how do you plug the body back in that cosmic light socket, universal unlimited power on, so the body can heal itself, which is what it wants to do.
And I've never heard Daniel speak so much about energy before. Whatever he spoke about, now he's speaking about energy. We're energy. And it makes so much sense because some people might be hearing what you have to say and say, oh, that's not possible. And you know what? Maybe for them, they won't let that in and make it possible. But
We're
if
not
you're just
chemical beings. You got the same chemicals in a live body or a dead body, but we do talk a lot about it's that breath of life. But it takes breath for energy to move. And where everything in the body is electrical, every cell is like a mini battery functioning at 70 to 90 millivoltage when healthy. Cancer can't exist till it's below 20. So this is like a whole body. We created like a whole body cell charger where it's wireless transmission, because it's Tesla's work, wireless transmission, and the whole body gets bolstered, that the whole quadrupled mitochondrial activity is what's been documented. When I lectured at the Royal Society of Medicine, we did a pilot study, quadrupled mitochondrial activity in 1 hour. Well, that's your mighty mitochondria. That's your power plants of the cells. So again, it gives the body the energy to heal itself, because everything is electrical in the body. Everything is transmission. It's all cell signaling. It's all, we're circuitry.
And if we can find something to straighten out that circuitry and have it fly right, we're going to heal ourselves.
Well, it's like the prayer I said, we're being aligned by the light, with the light, as the light, and the highest powers of love here on earth, as it is in heaven through us now. So being aligned and realigned by the light, with the light, as the light, because we got discombobulated, being bombarded 24/7, EMF, ELF, radiation, microwaves. We're living, everybody right now is dealing with extreme radiation poisoning. And that's, I know about extreme radiation poisoning from my mother. Literally know it from the inside out, because I came in extremely bombarded with radiation. She was fissioning plutonium in the labs. I know radiation literally from the inside out. I created the technology that creates the counterpoint. Radiation unzips the DNA. We created technology to put the DNA back to its original divine matrix, its original form, put everything back in coherence, repair all the breaks, repair all the damage, because we're living in such a toxic soup, and it's like you're living in a microwave, being bombarded 24/7. And you can't expect to get hyper healthy, super healthy, if you're living in a microwave and being radiated, besides all the spraying and all the bombardment that people have gotten, toxic soup of all the chemicals, all in the air, the food, the water. We've been poisoned any and every which way imaginable and unimaginable by these beings that had a different agenda than how do we live our greatest life. I came in on a promise from God of a new heaven, a new earth. That's what we're here for. So my technology creates the environment we would have if we have heaven on earth right now, a pristine, energetic environment that's 1000% supportive of our greatest light force, life force energy.
You know how I know what you're saying is the real thing and what you're doing is for real and powerful and strong? The people that you're attracting, the people that are around you, from the beautiful soul Rosie in Cape Coral, and Danny, and the lady that you spoke about, and Jim. These people
Jim Trider is coming. He had Rejuvenation Center 10.5 years in Sarasota, Rejuvenation's Energy Enhancement System Center, for 10.5 years in Sarasota. He now has, Soulful Waves, and he's coming to your Body and Soul Expo. He's all excited.
Well, this is going to be an incredible event. And again, imagine having, every time I do a podcast, I get blown away, and I keep saying, how could we have any more incredible healers and practitioners? And the podcasts keep introducing me to more and more people like yourself. I'm just trying to keep my brain in place, just waiting.
It's going to be a great party. This is my idea of partying for the planet. I'm blonde. I do the double blonde studies, but girls just want to have fun.
Yeah,
this is my idea of fun, and everybody needs to come and join us, because it is going to be the most amazing, family reunion party that we can even begin to imagine, because of the connections when we put our bodies and souls together in one place. We are the combined, unified presence that can heal the world.
And that's why Lauren and I said, our area is fertile, our area is ready, and it is, and the combination of ready and fertile attendees and people like you and others who are off the charts, incredible, knowledgeable people. Just going to take a deep breath, breathe it all in, and say, whoa, we are looking forward to it, and we can't wait to see you again. And did I hear correctly that there's going to be one of the cubes there at the expo?
Yeah, we've waited a long time for this time. Wouldn't miss it for anything. But yes, we're going to have the cube there, or maybe a double cube, probably a double cube.
Oh,
And those are the babies, but they really, really, really work. So yes, we'll be there with the bringing the energy, because that'll create a coherent field for the entire event.
oh, wow.
Did you
Wow.
feel it at the last event? We could feel it when it was finally turned on, and the energy and the whole convention changed. And
Wow.
because
Wow.
it nullifies the detrimental and destructive fields for about 2.2 miles every direction.
And no matter what kind of craziness is going on around and outside of you, nothing can stop a movement like this. No evil spirits, no evil people can stop all the good that Danian has done with your
Yeah.
experience, with your backgrounds of unshakable incredibleness. You guys are doing a great job.
We're
And
here on a mission. We just want to get it done. It's like the mission vision. We're on a mission from God. So no matter what happens, no matter how many times they've tried to destroy us, attack us, take everything, whatever, look what they did to Mary Magdalene. Okay, well, we'll talk about it's time for the rising of the sacred feminine energy to create the balance and to create the new heaven and new earth, to recreate that balance. So that's important. It's time for the sacred feminine, the divine masculine, to come up and rise together, and let's create the world we want. We are the ones we've been waiting for, and we have to focus on what we want, not what we don't want. And you are absolutely right. The Great Awakening will not be stopped. Nothing can stop what is coming.
And imagine all these people under one roof for 2.5 days, Friday night with the world premiere of Your Money Vibes. That's going to be unbelievable. I know you'll be there for that. And I know Danian and all the great people will be there for that. And then 2 whole days under one roof of
Yeah,
energy.
you've got a great
I don't know how the
lineup.
roof is going to keep it in.
No, because your own aura, Bruce, is just going to be, you're going to be having, it's the time of our lives. We've waited
Yes,
a long time for this time.
absolutely. And
Let's rock our world.
you and I are not so different in age, and I've been telling people I had to wait 70 something years to be at this place. And
Yeah.
something I want to add. Some people who start doing really well, they say, "Oh, I'm afraid. I'm waiting for that next shoe to drop, or I'm waiting for." You know what? All my shoes have dropped. It's now all ahead go, and
Like
I'm ready.
Daniel says, we're in we're the scandalous, scandalous in our 70s here, you know.
It's not
But
supposed to
like
happen
Daniel says,
in
what are
our
they going to do? Kill
70s.
us? They can't. We're eternal anyway, so
Yeah,
you can't. Nothing can stop what is coming, and we're
right.
here. And we've been promised things by God, and God's made us promises, and we've made promises to God, and we're here to get her done.
Yeah.
It's like a mission oriented thing. It's get her done.
So one last thing, you can talk about a million subjects. I know that for sure. Do you know what you'll be speaking about, just to give people an idea? of when they come and see you as a keynote speaker? Have you been able to kind of focus it down to just a small handful
Oh
of
God.
ideas?
Well, yeah, we can go right down any and every rabbit hole imaginable, but literally, you name it, we've been there, done it, seen it. I mean, I'm a healer first and foremost. So, a lot of my background was working with the people like our Kathy O'Brien's, and the underpinning of everything. The underpinning of everything has been what's finally being exposed more and more, and that's that satanic ritual abuse stuff, the adrenochrome, the luciferic ball, that whole uh, uh, you know adrena, whatever, we'll just call it that for now, because I don't know where this one's going. But all that stuff is all being exposed. It's all
Yep.
being disclosed. But what I like to do, and we'll be doing a lot, is we want people to stay strong in your light, in your power, in your love. Fear and God cannot share the same space.
Right.
Period. And we
Absolutely.
all need to step it up. Are we going to be who we really are or not? You will be tested. You will be challenged. Are you going to keep going? What are you going to do? So we have to show up. And the only thing beyond love is more fully shared love. So we have to share, share, share. The more people have held back out of fear of persecution, that was 500 years of Inquisition. We talked about the Mary Magdalene legacy of things. Well, 500 years of Inquisition created a tremendous wounding of the womb space and the pain that was passed through the womb, and the fear of persecution, fear of prosecution. So holding back out of fear of persecution or prosecution or any of that ain't going to help anybody. Right. It's about the sacred feminine rising. It's about the divine masculine to create the alchemical sacred marriage, the divine union. And that's the time. But I'll be I like doing Q&A with people too, because there's so much we can talk about. But
Absolutely.
my favorite thing, Rosie has asked if she could introduce me.
Absolutely.
Rosie Neal.
Absolutely.
And I love it because I love hearing her stories. What keeps me doing what I do is all the miracles. We love miracles. The blind seeing, the lame walking, the deaf hearing, and all the reversals of anything and everything. We've seen anything and everything completely heal. But I hear about, when I was on Maui, we just had an infant that was born with brain trauma, was born 100% deaf. They said the baby be 100% deaf for life. Well, at 10 months, she did overnights, because the magic with the EE system is sleeping in it. That gives the body more time to repair, rejuvenate. It's in the delta and theta brain states that the body can repair, rejuvenate, regenerate, reset everything, recalibrate everything, realign everything. Anyway, 10 months old, the baby has 100% hearing back.
Wow.
And I was on Kauai, where the gentleman there, he's another veteran. We love our veterans. We do a lot with veterans, okay? Like Daniel, we do a lot with our veterans. And he's 81 years old. We did a program at the Vet Center and had my dear friend David Avocado Wolf came as well. But the Harvey is there, and he's 81 now. He's had the center for almost 8 years. And one of the reasons he got it was his best friend was a race car driver that had mesothelioma, from the asbestos, from the brake linings and clutches and all that. And four of his best friends, and his youngest brother had already passed from the mesothelioma.
Yeah.
And so he'd been at Mayo Clinic, done all the testing. They said, there's nothing more you can do, just get ready to die. He went to the EE system. This is 20 years ago almost, at the University of Hawaii Medical School. It's been there. We have peer-reviewed published studies from University of Hawaii Med School on reversal of autism. Besides the mesothelioma, autism is a biggie. And, the damage from that was clear case of that. But anyway, almost 20 years, University of Hawaii Med School. He went there. Somebody said, well, there's nothing else they can do for you. Why don't you go see what Dr. Shintani has there? He has this weird thing. He goes, well, what has he got to lose? It looks like broken computers, but that's okay. Broken TVs, broken computers. But, he came in and he was in respiratory failure, on oxygen, all that, and no longer needed the oxygen and had 100% reversal of his mesothelioma. So this was the best friend of Harvey. Harvey had bone on bone, these military guys jumping out of perfectly good airplanes. He had bone on bone knees, from, he said his pain levels in both knees was a level 10. And of course, using the technology in Honolulu, it reverses pain level. And that's why he got his own system. So when I was there, though, we had a whole room full of 50 some people, a room full of miracles.
Wow.
Reversals of MS and all kinds of, but stage 4 pancreatic cancers and different things where the body wants to heal, and it's just giving the body the energy. That's all it is. Nothing touches you. It's wireless. It's just a hyper healthy energy that the body relates to. And so we love the miracles, and that's what we're here to share. It's scandalous in our 70s here. We're still
here we are. Here we're going, and we're moving forward. I want to thank you so much, Dr. Sandra, for being with us here and sharing just the edge of the iceberg of your knowledge and information. And I can't wait for us to all be together, along with Mel, Chief Mel.
Chief Mel is coming too. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, and God only knows what miracles are going to be experienced and come out of your expo,
Exactly.
We love crazy, wild miracles.
I don't know how I'm going to wait these next few weeks, but I'll just have to do it. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. And bye-bye, everybody. I mean, these podcasts just keep getting better and better and better. Until next time, bye-bye, everybody.
I want to remind everybody, aloha. You're going to keep all the love, let go of everything else, breathing light, breathing love. Aloha.
Beautiful. Thank you.